Hello everyone, this is your Figure Break, and today on your break, I'm reviewing the Nendoroid Genos from the series One Punch Man. Really hope you enjoy your break. Alright everyone, here he is, Genos the Nendoroid, finally here. I am so excited to finally open up this Nendoroid. It's been sitting in the corner of my room for quite some time, so really excited to open him up. Box, nothing new, pretty typical, Nendoroid box. Just shows the different poses that you can do with him and on the accessories that he comes with. Nothing, again, nothing new here with an Nendoroid box, so let's go ahead and open him up. Alright, so here we go. The good old knife. And, the Genos character is a very interesting character in this series because he's always getting beaten up. But there was one point that somebody on a forum that I was reading of an episode discussion of Genos and what his purpose is in the series is that he's essentially kind of the scale for Saitama. And what I mean by that is, when Genos ever fights, one of the, evildoers, as it were, or one of the monsters, is that he always gets beaten up, but then Saitama always, ends up defeating the monster. And the reason being is because Genos is a very strong, hero. He ends up being anyways. And so, usually, that's how Genos is, done for the scale. Is that he shows how strong the enemy is, and then therefore shows how strong Saitama is and what his strength is like. So, it's really cool to... He's a pretty unique character in a sense, in that way. And he's still cool anyways when he gets beaten up. He gets beaten up in a cool way. I don't know how that works, but it works. I've also been actually reading the manga and keeping up to date with that too, so definitely a really good show. I have, as you can see, I have a couple of the mangas, myself, so definitely keeping up with the series, but I only have volume 4 so far, so, which I think so far covers the anime, so I gotta get more volumes, but I must have more figures, so, yeah. Manga's put off to the side for now. Ta-da! Here he is, all put together on his stand. And this is a really cool freaking Nendoroid. This thing is really nicely detailed. And there's some other things that I'll get into that I really like about this Nendoroid. But in terms of the paint job and the sculpt on this, definitely on its A-game. You can see all these wrinkles on his pants. They're perfect, especially for such a small Nendoroid. Really, really nice detailing on them. The detail on his cyborg arms, really, really nice also, that's for sure. The hair detail is really nice. There's also really nice paint job too in the hair. It's not just one solid kind of grayish brown color. You do see, again, the grays, you do see some browns, and even, I wouldn't say black, but kind of like a darker brown too, so they did really, really good job of putting in highlights on the hair. Same thing goes with the metals. There's some very nice highlights and also kind of scuffs and areas where dirt kind of, like in the corners of metal where dirt kind of gathers. They've really made sure that they made it look all scuffy and dirty in certain spots, that's for sure. So really, really nice sculpt, really, really nice paint deal, that's for sure on this Nendoroid. So for posability on this Nendoroid, which is probably the most important part of this Nendoroid, is pretty good. Much more mobility with the legs in comparison to my Gene Nendoroid. And in terms of the arms, now the arms, the wrists can turn like that, okay? And then at the bicep, it can turn. See if I can get it. There you go. So the bicep, at the bicep, it can turn. And then at the elbow, it can turn, okay? And then at the shoulder, it can turn. Which, you could do in other Nendoroids, but a little bit more, so it can, it has a lot more movement to it. And then the hip and the legs, the hip can turn like so you can twist it, you can move it all around, and then at the knee it can bend. And again, really nicely done in terms of hiding the joints of this and making it hit and not making them too obvious. That's definitely the most beneficial part of these kind of Figma / Nendoroids. So for the accessories, he comes with 3 faceplates, and that is this regular old, which is the one that he's wearing right now, a regular old kind of I wouldn't say stoic, but static face, just plain old face to just show you that it's Genos. He's not really smiling, just kind of just staring off into the distance, as it were. Just a very firm kind of expression on his face. And then the other two faces that he comes with is going to be a battle damage face, which is kind of cool because in the eye, the metal parts in it are a little bit shiny, so that's kind of cool. But he comes with a damage kind of face to him, which is very prevalent of Genos, so I'm really glad they included that in, that's for sure. And then, of course, a battle cry face for when you do him in battle poses, because he's posable, so of course you're going to put him in battle poses. Why wouldn't you? So some other accessories that he comes with is the... where is it? There it is. Is the broom. The broom, it's kind of plain, not too much detail to it. The bristles are kind of molded detail, they're not painted detail. The handle's literally like a plain brown, like one solid brown color. Bristles are one solid color, and then of course the guard, I guess it would be, is just, you know, a plain old pink. Nothing too shading or anything like that going on with it. And then there is the notepad that he comes. It comes with a little tiny notepad, so he writes down notes from the ever so wise Saitama from it. And speaking of writing, of course, and able to write in the notepad, he has to have a pen. He comes with a little pen, and then he also comes with piece de resistance. His apron. He comes with his apron. Now, the apron appears to work for the waist only. So, in other words, you have to detach the waist and then put this in there and then put it back on for him to wear it. So that means you can't use it in other Nendoroids unless their hip separates. I do have a now my Gene to Arc Nendoroid, which I reviewed, does do that. So I have to see if it at least works on that, but I'll definitely try that out. But in the meantime, for the Genos Nendoroid, let's show, oh wait, no, there's one more. And that is these things. These are really, really cool. They are that see-through plastic. It looks so cool. It's so well done. The hands on them are really, really detailed. Everything is really, really nice about these things. I can't wait to pose them with all these. And in fact, let's go ahead and pose them right now with all this stuff. So here's Genos writing down some notes of an observation or some advice that Saitama gave him from his sensei, as it were. So really, really cute little pose that you can do with him. The pen and the pad, it's kind of hard to fit. It will, I wouldn't say hard, but you wouldn't think that it would stay in the hands very well, but it actually stays in the hands really, really well. Here he is in his damaged pose. Now, the thing about this faceplate that I kind of noticed when I looked at it a little bit closer is that he kind of has this, like, cute kind of, like, defeated look, and it makes your heart sort of melt because it's like, oh, you're damaged and you feel bad because you're defeated. It's so cute, but it's so cool at the same time how they were able to capture that on this Nendoroid faceplate. It's really, really nice how they were able to do that. Here he is, using his famous move, Incinerate. Such a cool pose. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. I love this pose. He's showing like the screaming like yell with these fire blasts coming out of his hands. It is so cool. I love this pose so much. I can't wait to show this pose next to my Saitama Nendoroid with him like doing like the punching pose. Oh gosh, that would look so cool. I can't wait to do that. Okay, so here he is with his apron on, and it is by far the silliest thing that you can maybe do with this Nendoroid. It's just silly. Like, that's all it is. It's so ridiculous. The detailing on the broom is like completely it's horrible, but it's completely fine because it just makes this pose so silly. This is a pretty cool pose that you can pose with. Now, the most important, I wouldn't say most important, but the thing that I really want to know is if this apron can fit on other Nendoroids. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that out right now. So there's a flaw with the apron. The little hole in the bottom here only fits for Genos and the Nendoroids that I have. So unfortunately, it's not going to fit on all your other Nendoroids. That's kind of upsetting. I kind of wish that you could put the apron on other Nendoroids. That would have been really, really cute if you really could. Kind of like dress up sort of your other Nendoroids with the apron, but unfortunately, it only fits on the Genos. But you know what? It's still a pretty cool Nendoroid, especially with the apron, that's for sure. As for rating of this Nendoroid, I'm gonna give this a pretty good rating. This is, to me, this is a 9 out of 10. This is a really good Nendoroid. They did amazing job on this Nendoroid with the detailing of the sculpt, the detailing of his cyber arms, the detailing and paint job of the hair. Everything is really nicely done on this Nendoroid. The poses that you can get out of it is almost infinite due to the fact that you can pose the legs and the arms in any ways that you want, and since you can do that, you don't have to have extra legs or extra arms either, which means more accessories. So you can have the flaming, rocket hands, as it were, also the broom and the apron, the extra faceplate, the damaged faceplate. So nice that you're able to have all those accessories because of the fact that this is posable. So yeah, 9 out of 10, really good Nendoroid. Alright everyone, thank you for watching my review of the Nendoroid Genos from the series One Punch Man. I really hope you enjoyed the review, and I also really hope that you enjoyed your break too. I will see you in the next video. See you later.